Welcome back to Lake Life Lowdown. This is Season 2, Episode 2, and I am super excited. This is the roundtable segment like we introduced previously, so Melissa and I are going to kind of bring to you a little bit of New Year's resolution today. So, the first thing I kind of want to talk about, the topic for today is setting up your 2026 for success and happiness.
Okay.
So, what I want to know is, what's a simple thing that you do? Like, people are always setting resolutions for themselves. I'm looking for like that one simple little thing that you do just to like reset or refresh your space, whether it's your office, your home, your car, something that makes you feel like you've got your life together a little bit.
That's like all of the above. Organizing my desk, actually mine is more my calendar. If I can get a lock on my calendar,
Yeah.
I feel a lot better about what I'm doing, and that it can include time blocking for certain things. I mean, trying to set certain appointments for the same day every week or every other week or whatever, things along those lines. If I can get my calendar under control, I feel a lot better as a human.
Yeah, definitely. I calendar everything. I live and die by that calendar.
Mm-hmm.
But like in your home, what's one thing that like if you just adjust it slightly, it makes it feel like you have your whole living space has changed and you feel more like settled?
Closets.
Oh, okay.
Closets.
Maybe I should try that.
Well, because we've been renovating, so
Mm-hmm.
last Friday, I think it was, there's one closet. It's our coat closet, and it's a huge closet. That is where every random tool has gone to sit. So Friday, I put away Christmas completely. It's gone from my house.
Yep.
But I also cleaned out that closet, and now I just open it, and that's where I keep Baxter's dog treats. Because, we come in the front door, and you got to get a treat right away.
Right, yeah.
Having that just clean and organized.
Yeah. Sort of set your mind at ease a little bit.
Yes. And I have more than one closet I need to go through.
Yeah, I have 2 rooms, and right now there's, I always kept all my stuff focused in that one closet. And then, like, maybe towards the end of last year, not 2025, but 2024, I was like, why am I not using that other closet? So then half my stuff spilled out into that other closet, and now I'm going between both closets trying to find things. And
Okay.
yeah, maybe that's a good point, is I should just
So what you do,
whittle it down.
what I would say is right now we're in winter.
Seasonal.
Have your seasonal closet and just rotate it out.
Yeah. Yeah, because it is manic right now. It's the only word to describe it. It's chaos and manic. And it's not working for me anymore.
I don't want to talk about clothes closets, okay? Don't even get me started.
Yeah, it's bad. It's rough. For me, it's my kitchen counter. Everybody has that one spot in their home where they pile their like mail, a loose screw that you randomly found hanging out on the floor, and you're like, where did this come from? So you throw it down on that pile. Your junk mail, like all of that stuff, all goes in one spot. And right now it's like it slowly starts to overwhelm my kitchen counter.
Yeah.
And then I slowly start whittling it down, and then it just ebbs and flows. Back. It's like the tide.
So you have to open your mail right away. Do that.
I open my mail, but it's junk mail, and I just set it down.
Throw it away.
Throw it away. I know that, but I'm like, I just set it all down when I come inside because the first thing I have to do is take the dogs out. So I set it all down, and then gone.
It's just done.
Yep, gone forever, never to be seen or heard from again.
I bought 2 different things for Casey. I bought him a basket where he can throw keys, random screws, his wallet, because the wallet is everywhere, all throughout the house. It just depends.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought him this little drawer, cute little drawer thing where I put all his mail.
I'm sure that's how he would describe it too, is I have a cute little drawer thing where I put all my mail.
It's really cute, but it's aesthetically pleasing, and I don't have to look at it.
I don't like the term self-care because it sounds like you're just, putting on a face mask and calling it the end of the day.
That is not self-care at all.
To me, it's like mindset care. Like
it is. Like mindset care, it's growth. It's also growth to me.
Yeah.
Self-care is...
But not every day needs to be a win. Every day just needs to be a try. So
yep.
I'm trying to like wrap my brain around that a little bit more and stop being so hard on myself if every day I don't go 100%. Some is better than none.
You have to remember to show yourself grace.
Yeah. You got anything else for us today?
I just had some random notes there were some things that I was going to bring up last time, just stupid things.
Sure.
What is one thing that is super, super stressful that shouldn't be?
Out of a parking spot.
Backup cam.
I don't have one. So I'm always, like, whenever I park somewhere, I'm always very aware of, like, how I'm going to get out of there.
And who's around you.
Yeah. I'm going to take us on a little side quest here.
Okay.
When I was in college and I lived in Springfield, Missouri, I had a 1994 Ford Probe, and it was a stick shift. And the last 4 years that I owned that car, it did not have reverse or fifth gear. So I had to be very aware of where I was parking, because I would find parking spots where I could, like, pull through.
Yeah.
And if I couldn't find one, I would try and find a parking spot where it was either flat and I could open my door and push my car.
Freaking Flintstone it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I could park on a hill and then just, like, let the clutch out and, like, ease it back. But yeah, I always had to be very aware of, like, where I was parking because I could not reverse.
I wonder if we can get you, like, an aftermarket backup cam.
Probably. But I did it for 4 years. Like, ain't no stopping
4
me.
years?
4 years I drove that car.
Oh, my
Without
Lanta.
reverse or fifth gear. I drove it, figure this out, to Oklahoma City and back from Springfield without... That car, like, it was the car that kept on kicking. It did not stop.
It just wouldn't die.
No. I think I sold it for $500.
By the time I'm done with my Denali, that's what it's going to be. If it doesn't blow up first.
Oh my gosh. Rocket till the wheels fall off. That was my mentality. Like, if it... I mean, it was broke. I could have fixed it, but...
But remember that one open house that we did in the same complex, and I actually hit a curb so hard that my wheel did fall off?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my wheels have fallen off.
Yeah. Mind your curbs around this one.
But I'm still trucking along. Suzanne's a good car. She's a good car.
Yeah.
For me, it's the post office.
The post office?
Anytime I have to go into the post office, I'm like, my heart is... I'm afraid I'm going to do something wrong. I'm like, what if there's something in here that I'm not supposed to mail? Or how do I package this? Or I had to, when we moved, we did not have a mailbox. I had to go register our address. Thank whoever it is for Melissa at the Osage Beach post office, because she was a gem. I just told her, I said, this is what I need to do. This place makes me nervous. I have no idea what I'm doing. Please help me.
Post office. Huh.
I don't know why.
My grandpa retired from the post office.
Yeah?
Yeah. When I was little, I used to give him my letters. I would mail him my letter to give to Santa because I knew he would know how to get it to him.
That's really cute.
I was adorable.
Oh my God.
I was like, Papa's got it.
Yep, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we wrap this portion up and I throw to the interview, which, just FYI, the interview this week is with the amazing Mike Clayton, who is doing really super cool work with Wonderland Camp and fantastic Did you hear the accent come through? The fantastic organization here at the lake. And please stay tuned for that episode, for the rest of the episode, for the interview portion, just because it's going to be really awesome to hear what really cool things Wonderland Camp does. Before we get to that, I do want to talk about some upcoming events in the month of January that should be happening after this episode airs. So the first one I want to talk about, Oh Snap Poetry Mic Night at Little Brews Cafe on KK.
That's right, Mama. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing it at 7 p.m. on January 31st, and it's an open mic poetry night. That's so cool. We don't have I didn't know we had something like that out here. So if you want to go see some live poetry, go for it. All of the information to the events that I'm going to shout out are going to be in the show notes in the description on YouTube. So
I'm a published poet, by the way.
Oh, nice.
From high school. Just so you know that. I might try to find that and bring it.
Just tie it into the show notes.
Yeah.
The other event that I've got two more. The Missouri Cattlemen's Association Annual Convention and Trade Show. It's the 58th annual.
Dang.
Yeah, I didn't know they had it that many years. The 58th annual convention and trade show is going to be at Margaritaville, January 21st through the 23rd. So if you have cows.
Or if you like cows.
Or if you like cows.
Or if you just like people with cows.
Yeah. Or if you want to know what people are doing with cows, I guess go check that out. And then the other one, the last one that I want to throw out there is LANG, Lake Area Networking Group, Osage Beach chapter. They are doing their 2026 kickoff, and they're going to be talking about mastering AI. So if you want an AI introduction, that's a good time to go learn about it. It's going to be at the Osage Beach Library from 11:30 to 1 on January 21st. So mastering AI.
Have you ever gone to any of those?
I haven't, but I kind of want to go to this one. I mean, I'm not a novice necessarily when it comes to AI. We use it a lot in real estate and just in general. I use it for every cooking thing I do. But it would be nice to know like what they're going to be teaching people and
That group's really big into AI too,
yeah,
from what I've seen.
Lake Area Networking Group. So I don't know. It sounds like a pretty cool thing to check out. Just a few things I thought maybe
we can go together.
Throw on the radar. I kind of want to know about the open mic night.
Will you write me a poem?
No. No, sure won't.
I'm going to write you a poem.
I bet. I know you will.
You know I'm good for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to write you a poem and then turn it into a song.
Yeah. So,
Songbird.
Also, the third segment of this episode is going to be explaining what the charitable foundation is. We're going to have some clips from a meeting, and we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about that. And then the interview with Mike Clayton. So, stick around for that. All right? Here's my interview. Welcome back, everybody, and I am here with the one and only legendary voice of the Lake of the Ozarks,
Wow.
Mike Clayton.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
I have the check made out. Do I make that directly out to you,
Yeah,
Christina,
yes.
or to the Fran Campbell
To
Team?
me only,
you,
not
okay.
Melissa, not Fran Campbell. Yeah. She's not here, so she doesn't get paid.
Forget Melissa and Fran. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. The reason why I wanted to have you here today is, one, I wanted to talk about your storied career and in radio. I listened to you for years and years. So it's kind of cool. It's one of
Don't
those
tell
weird
me you
things.
listened to me when you were in your car with your family going to school, because I hear that. I hear that from 25 and 30-year-olds.
I have no
now.
idea what you're talking about. I was never going to say that.
I knew it. I used to listen to you going to school when my mom used to drop me off.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. But I love that. I love that. I did it for 36 years.
You were in the radio on the way to. You've been a part of so many family trips and all that stuff. So
that's awesome.
That's a cool thing to have.
Yeah, it was a great career. You know, if you're thinking about getting into broadcasting, don't. It's not a lucrative career. You have to work hard. You have to really love it.
Yeah.
But the best thing about being in radio is, you can be in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't think of that. And I think the people that are really successful in broadcasting are people that are on the air and they're talking and they're picturing that one person that they're talking to. They're not thinking about a big audience. They're just thinking of that one person, whether it's Christina or someone else, and you're just talking with that person.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to entertain that one person.
Yeah.
And that was great. And being out in the public is truly the best part of being in broadcasting and the community service.
Yeah. Well, speaking of community service, you definitely segued into Wonderland Camp, one of the coolest organizations we've got here at the lake. So that's kind of why I wanted to bring you in today, so we can kind of go through some questions about the camp and also a little bit about your radio career, which is kind of where I'm going to start. So what did life look like when you were on the radio?
Well, 4:30 in the morning every day. And if it rained or snowed or whatever, you still had to be there. So some nights I would spend the night at the radio station to make sure I could be on the air in the morning, or somebody was there in the morning. I was the program director. I did the morning show here for 30 years, 6 years somewhere else. And so you had to be there. People count on you.
Yeah.
The boss counts on you. Wants to be on the air. So there was a lot of reliability involved there. You had to make sure you rang the bell, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then, so it was that long days, weekends, when people didn't show up, and live remote broadcasts. So I did a lot of live remote broadcasts. I'd be out on the scene somewhere. So it's a lot of hours. 40 hours is not realistic. It's more like 60 and 70 hours, and sometimes even more.
Yeah.
It is a grind. It really is.
Was that something like when you were a kid, you were like, I'm going to be on the radio someday? Or
No.
did you just find your way into it?
I was not a sports guy. I mean, look at me, you can tell I'm not a sports guy, but I was into technical theater. So lighting,
Okay.
sound design, set construction. I was big into that. And when I went to college, I started my major in theater design. And it didn't take a semester before I realized that I thought broadcasting might be a little more lucrative and a little more realistic, and I might be able to stay a little closer to home with that career. So that's when I started, shifted my focus to broadcasting
Okay.
there. So, and then the natural progression is after you graduate college, or you don't have to go to college to be a broadcaster. Sorry, parents, you don't. I know you might want your kids to go to, but I did. And I went on and just got my first job in radio. And actually, in that first community that I got my first job, that's where I met my future wife
Oh, okay.
there. So that worked out.
Nice.
Yeah.
When did Wonderland Camp enter the picture?
About 8 years ago,
Okay.
I was at Shady Gators or somewhere. My boss is going to correct me on this story because I can never remember, but I was somewhere, and she, I think, was there picking up a donation check or something. She was the board president for the Wonderland Camp Foundation.
Okay.
And she ran into me and said, "Hey, we're looking for somebody that can talk about the camp, somebody that can help us promote the camp and also do some fundraising for the camp." And I think I said something flippant like, "Well, that's something I could do," like that. And I really never thought another thing about it until she
Took you
reached
up
back
on
to
it.
me and said, "Can we talk about this further?"
Yeah.
So I started part-time for Wonderland Camp 8 years ago. And then I retired from broadcasting 2 years ago, and I went full-time as director of fund development and communications for the camp.
Okay. So would you say 2 years ago was the moment your focus really started to
Yeah,
shift?
that's when it shifted 100% because I retired from broadcasting after 30 years here with Benny Media. Denny Benny, local guy, excuse me, who owns a bunch of radio stations, one guy. And it was a great experience working for him all these years, very well known in the community. And I retired, had a nice little retirement party out at the Encore Lakeside Grill in Skybar. It was a great experience, got to see some old friends. And then 2 weeks later, I started full time at Wonderland Camp. And it was almost 2 years ago, end of December 31st.
So you had a good 2 weeks of retirement then.
A good 2 weeks of retirement. And a lot of people saw the retirement message online and the posts and all that. So I still have people coming up to me and saying, "Are you enjoying retirement?" And I'm still correcting people saying, "Well, I work for Wonderland Camp and I have been for 8 years, and it is a full-time job. It is work."
What surprised you most about leaving radio? Do you still do that 4:30 in the morning wake up? Or?
No, gosh, no. No way. 6:50, and sometimes later, depending on, when the boss needs me into the office at the camp. Because, we have offices. It's a job, you show up to work. A lot of things go on there. So we're always busy. But yeah, no, it's much more relaxed. Every time it snows, I think, I'd be spending the night at the radio station on the floor right now. I'd be sleeping on the floor because you never know how much snow we're going to get. So it's nice not to be able to do that. And it's nice to stay up till 10 o'clock at night and not have to be in bed at 8:30 or 9.
Right. I get
Yeah. Yeah, it gets old. I know that a lot of people get up a lot earlier than 4:30 in the morning, but I always say 4:30 in the morning for 30 years.
That'll fix you.
It wears on you. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Wonderland Camp and what it is. So who does the camp serve?
Wonderland Camp is a camp for people with disabilities. We're located in Rocky Mount. We've been there since 1969.
Okay.
We're a 501c3 nonprofit camp for people with disabilities. There are a lot of camps out there. There are some camps around here, not for people with disabilities. So that's what we do. So you can come to our camp if you're 6 years of age or up. And we have a 3-tier mission at Wonderland Camp. The first is to serve people with disabilities for a fun, safe camp experience, very enriching, we hope, for their lives. We make new friends every week. We have camp. That's our goal.
Okay.
Our second mission is to provide respite for the caregiver. So when parents send their kids to camp,
Mhm.
that is time they can take for themselves. And that's so rewarding.
Yeah.
Because as you may know, or as many people know, if you have a child with a disability, no matter their age, it is 24/7.
Yeah.
And to know that we have your child, no matter the age, because we never age out at Wonderland
Okay.
Camp. We have campers in their 80s
Oh.
that still come to our camp. That's a week that you can take to yourself, or a weekend. We have weekend camps and we have week-long camps, and you can come to camp as many times as you want in a given year. So we have campers that come 4 or 5 times a year. And then our third mission, that is sort of a sidebar, is that we want to provide an enriching, nurturing work experience for our staff.
Yeah.
We hire 125 people a year at Wonderland Camp. So and a lot of them are young people.
Yeah.
We hope that we are helping to shape their lives,
Yeah.
and to show them the compassion and the empathy that our campers deserve, and also provide them with the tools to move forward in their further careers, whether it be teaching, whether it be an occupational therapy, whether it's directly working with people with disabilities, the medical field, no matter what they do. So we hope we do that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When do you start usually hiring those people?
Right now.
Right now.
We started weeks and weeks ago. We are
Okay.
hiring right now. If you are 15 and up, we hire some 15-year-olds for certain roles at camp.
Mhm.
A majority of our staff are college age. So if you're looking for a summer job for college, now is the time to apply. You get a weekly paycheck that ranges between, depending on your job, doesn't sound like a lot, $300 to $500 a week.
That's, yeah.
But we provide room and board as well. So you
Okay.
get 3 meals a day and you get a place to live. Our younger staff, like mentioned, 15-year-old, for instance, my son worked at Wonderland Camp last year. He was 15. He was what was called a counselor's assistant. So he arrived at 9 o'clock and left at 5 p.m. So he doesn't stay the
Not
night.
the overnight.
So some of our older counselors, and I say older, college age, or they'll stay there. You get 2 full days off a week, 48 hours, which is great.
Yeah.
And also, if you apply now and we hire you now, we have a $100 sign-in bonus just for signing on that is paid through February 15th. So if you can go to wonderlandcamp.org today, and it just says work at camp, it's got all the different job descriptions down there. Fill out an application, and we hope that you'll come to work, because we need 125 staff to have a successful season.
We will make sure all of that information is in the show notes so that people
great.
can click right out of the episode and go straight
great.
to
Yeah,
Wonderland
that's
Camp.
huge. Yeah.
So what do kids usually experience at camp?
So our camp is fully adaptable to people with disabilities, which is expected. We're a camp for people with disabilities. So we have cabins that sleep our campers. They're bunk bed style. Our counselors typically sleep on the top, and then our campers sleep on the bottom. They have little mini fridges in them, washers and dryers. We have ADA showers, ADA toilets in there, fully centrally heated and cooled, because we want to make sure our campers are comfortable.
Yeah.
And so we have a bunch of those cabins. And then, so that's an experience to be able to sleep in a cabin and to have fun cabin activities while they're in there, because we do fun things in the cabin. But typically our job is to get the campers outside and enjoy nature. So we have basketball, we have putt golf, we have a rec field, we have a 50-foot rock climbing wall, we have a giant swing, we have a Burma bridge, we have a giant treehouse with a wobbly bridge, all adaptable to people with disabilities. Plus a huge lakefront.
Yeah.
We have a beach, we have boating, paddle boats, we have kayaks. We do a lot of fishing at Wonderland Camp, and each of our campers gets to go out on the lake twice. They go out in our Tritoon, and then once a week, Jolly Roger's Grub and Grog sends over the Calypso pirate ship, and they give our campers a ride.
That's awesome.
So it's a true outdoor experience. The founder of Wonderland Camp, Charles Miller, had two sons. One of them had a disability, and he believed people with disabilities should be outside enjoying the environment, enjoying nature, just like people without disabilities. And he observed that a lot of kids that had disabilities, no matter what that disability was, were kept inside, were kept in the shadows.
Yeah.
He felt that was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that happened for many, many years, dating back well before the 30s, really into the 70s, where people with disabilities, I think, sometimes were looked upon differently than people without disabilities. And he thought that was wrong, knew that was wrong. That's why he founded Wonderland Camp. So people with disabilities can all come to be together, to enrich each other's lives, share a commonality, do fun things in a safe environment, and in turn, enrich our lives being with them. Because, I often say that our staff, I think, gets as much or more out of the experience than our campers do.
For sure.
It's just all about empathy and compassion and making new friends and giving high fives and giving hugs. I mean, we're a very hands-on operation. I mean, it's really the best part of my day is walking through the camp and seeing a counselor, a 22-year-old, 21-year-old counselor holding the hand of a 30-year-old camper, making sure that they get to their next, they're heading to the craft room and they're going to be doing crafts now, and they're walking arm in arm or they're walking hand in hand. I just love that.
Yeah.
I love the optics of that.
So how do families get involved if they have a child with a disability? How do they get involved?
Sure. So they can just contact us. We have a phone number, 573-392-1000. And they can talk to our registrar, or the best way to do it is to go online and just go to wonderlandcamp.org, and there is a button on there that says come to camp, and that takes you through the process of how you can enroll your child in camp. It's a fairly simple process. You have to set up an account with our camp program system that gets you registered, and then you simply pick a week that you want to come, or pick a weekend that you want to come, or pick how many weekends you want to come, and then get signed up through that portal at wonderlandcamp.org. But we have people standing by that can help with that. With that said, I'm not sure exactly when this is going to air, but February 2nd is our first day of registration for our regular summer session.
Okay, this will be out before February 2nd.
Great,
so I'll make sure.
February 2nd.
Yes.
Now, with that said, also, you can register for spring camps right now, because we camp 11 months out of the year.
Holy cow.
The only month we don't have camps is this month in January. So we're always camping.
Okay. So what are the volunteer opportunities and the community support? What are the best ways for people to volunteer, and what's the best way for the community to get involved?
And the same process, we do have a section on wonderlandcamp.org where people can do that. But truly, you can reach out to me. That would be great. I'd love to talk to you about volunteer opportunities. We're always looking for people to come and sit with our campers while they eat, because we serve hundreds of meals a day in our large dining hall. Sometimes we just look for volunteers to come out and be with our campers, help them with crafts. We have a very popular craft program. We do tie-dyes, we make bracelets, we do all sorts of fun things. But also to help with our carnivals. On Monday, we do a carnival every Monday. And a real easy way for you to volunteer is to contact me if you are with a business or a group and you want to come out and work our carnival on Monday night. It's about an hour and a half of your time. It is one of the best things that you can do as a volunteer, to come out and volunteer on Monday nights, one Monday a year at Wonderland Camp.
How old do you have to be to volunteer?
We have volunteers I've had volunteers come out to the carnival that have been in their early teens. Okay. Like 10, they have to be supervised, come with a parent. but most definitely, you know, for carnivals, our carnival on Monday night is a great way to take part. On Thursday night, we do staff appreciation, and we're always looking for restaurants or people to help sponsor our Thursday meals. So if you are a restaurant or an individual and you want to provide a meal to our staff on one Thursday a year, you can reach out to me too. And that's a great way to volunteer. We have a great group. I'll just name one, Papo's Pizzeria and Pub. Every year they sponsor a staff meal and they make about 25 large pizzas.
Yeah.
And we feed our staff on Thursday night.
Did I throw in some of those cookies?
At 8 p.m. Yes. The brown butter cookies with a little pinch of salt.
Yeah.
That is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
They don't. I tell Chris Galloway we'll go to another pizza place if we don't get those cookies. But yeah, it's great. So that's just one example.
Okay.
Of that. The Genuine Country Music Association is an example of the carnival. They come out once a year and they volunteer on Monday nights at our carnival, or we get a local Boy Scout group out, or we get local realtors to come out and volunteer at our carnival. So if you have a business and you want to come out for the carnival or sponsor a Thursday meal, reach out to me.
Okay. So events and fundraising efforts that make it possible. So I know that you guys get some funds from Wingfest, maybe?
Yep, that's through the Rotary.
Yeah.
Yes. So Rotary, we get a check from Rotary every year.
REMAX, like the Ozarks Charitable Foundation, they do some fundraising for a donation to Wonderland Camp sometimes.
You sponsored 2 of our events last year.
Yeah.
You did the Treasure Island Casino benefit that's coming up in May, and then you did Party with a Purpose in November. So those are two of our biggest fundraisers of the year.
So how do people get involved with some fundraising events? Like, what are those events that we should be looking out for? Yeah.
So we've got a couple of events coming up. We haven't really publicized them yet because I know everybody else is trying to do the same thing.
Right.
There are a lot of nonprofits at Lake of the Ozarks.
Yes.
So it's been great to where we'll push out soon. We have a Nerf night coming up, a Nerf war, Nerf guns, so much fun. We'll talk about that coming up soon. And then we have our Treasure Island Casino benefit. That will be Mother's Day weekend on a Saturday. That's our first 2 events coming up. We're also, and then we'll have many more throughout the season.
Oh yeah.
That I'll be calling around asking for sponsors on and asking for people to come out. Shady Gators does Fat Fest for us every year. We have a big golf tournament in Illinois every year that Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill does for us. We have Party with a Purpose, which is always in November. That's an exciting time. Hy-Vee Hollow at Hy-Vee is another fundraising event. That's just a few. But we have also a lot of smaller fundraising events. I'll tell you, a fishing company has started a fundraiser for us several years ago. It has grown into a big event. It's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year.
Really?
We have a new fundraising group this year called Women on Wednesday. It's a Christian-based women's group, more than 100 members across the Mid-States area.
Awesome.
They're doing a fundraiser for us this year. So in short, if you are an organization or a business and you would like to have a fundraiser for Wonderland Camp, and we have a lot of smaller fundraisers, I'd love to talk to you about those opportunities.
Absolutely.
To help.
So why do you think, obviously there's some very obvious reasons on why organizations like Wonderland Camp matter locally, but why do you think Wonderland Camp in specific matters locally?
I think people see, thanks to some of the information that we push out on Facebook, the compassion and empathy that we show people with disabilities, and really just in anyone. I think the camp is successful because of the respite we provide to the caregiver. I think because of our return campers that have been coming 30 and 40 years to our camp, which is amazing. The retention that we have, I think, is appealing to people. And also, I don't think a lot of people realize how big the operation is.
Yeah, 125 people.
to be employed there.
Yeah.
But we encompass well over 100 acres of ground. We have 20 buildings. All of our buildings are centrally heated and cooled. We have our own water system, our own sewer. It's just, it's a massive operation
Yeah.
that I don't think people realize, but it's been really great over the past at least 8 years I've been there, bringing new people into the fold, so to speak, showing them the camp, showing them the operation. If you ever want a tour, reach out.
Yeah.
Love to show off the camp. But I think people see the compassion that we show and the empathy that we show. And I think just as a society, if we all strive to do that, this world would certainly be a better place.
It's definitely a ripple
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah, it's definitely a ripple effect.
Yeah.
And I think people feel good when they do that.
So we kind of talked about this just a little bit, but how can locals support even if they don't have kids attending?
Yeah, so volunteering is a great way. If you're looking to be charitable and you have everything from an IRA that you need to make a charitable distribution of, you want to make a monetary donation, you can do that on our website, wonderlandcamp.org, right there on the homepage. Donate Now is right there because it's a big operation.
Oh, yeah.
Our budget this year will be probably in the neighborhood of $1.9 million to operate the camp. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, so your donations are tax deductible. That's a way to do it. We also have an Amazon wish list that is on our website that we encourage people, if they want to donate something to the camp, I can always be reached, and I always have a number of things that I would be glad to rattle off
Okay.
and tell you that the camp could use.
Okay.
And just help spread the word. Attend our fundraisers.
For sure.
Take part in those events.
Yeah.
And be present. And that's a huge way that you could help our nonprofit.
Yeah. Definitely. So okay, let's do some vision boarding right now.
Okay.
What gives you hope right now?
In this area,
Yeah.
I think, and I've seen it for years when I was even in broadcasting, the giving nature of the community that we live in, I think is unlike anywhere else I can imagine, in the cohesiveness that we have. So I have that hope that this community will continue to do so, not just for us,
Right.
but for all the other 50, 60 nonprofits that are in this area. And yeah, so I have hope for humanity as far as
Hope
that
for
goes.
humanity.
Hope for humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's zero that in on you a little bit.
Okay.
How would you like people to remember you and your legacy here at the lake?
Oh gosh, yeah. I think legacy is a strong word, but thank you.
30 years on the radio is nothing to sneeze at.
Well, I wasn't that good. I think just that he was. Am I writing my epitaph right now? I think he wasn't a jerk. I was going to use a different word.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But I don't know if we have to bleep anything out. But he was a nice guy. He seemed to be friendly and wanting to truly give back and be a part of the community. But I think just being recognized as somebody that wasn't a jerk would be a big plus,
I would go with approachable, compassionate, and generous.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a wordsmith.
We got you locked in to do judging for the Chiefs and Chili Cook-Off, and it was only the second year we did it.
Yeah.
And you immediately responded to my email and were like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
And it's funny because the only time I say no, and I still MC about 15 events a year.
Oh, yeah.
And take part in events. I love doing that. But the only time I say no is when I'm already scheduled for something else. And I think I've had to probably tell before or whatever, just because I had to be somewhere else, and I'm always regretful of that. But I always,
It's just there's not a lot of people that do what you do that are so generous and available.
Well, part of the reason people still ask me to do things is I never charge a fee, so they know they don't have to pay me.
Okay.
And I never offend anyone in public, and I don't get drunk.
Yeah.
So I ring the bell. That's part of the reason.
So let's again, we'll zoom back out a little
Okay.
bit, and instead of just focusing on charity, let's look at right now. There are a lot of changes happening here at the lake. We've got new developments coming in, new businesses coming in. The real estate market has jumped tremendously. We've got a lot of changes here. People get a little uneasy when there's growth and they don't know how to
And I've seen it
gauge it.
I've seen everything go up and down.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here 3 decades. I've
Same.
seen, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're in your 20 something.
That's so
3
kind of you.
decades.
That's,
But so continue your question.
Yeah.
I apologize for
No.
interrupting. But yeah, we've seen it all.
Yeah. So, how do you want the world to see the Lake of the Ozarks? So, what reputation do you think you want them to see?
Yeah, not like the TV show Ozark.
No.
Although I was a big fan.
Yeah, it's a great show.
I'm a huge Jason Bateman fan, and I love this show. But it's so funny when you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you tell people you're from Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And we were on a cruise recently, me and my wife, and I had a conversation at a bar with the guy. Where are you from? I said, Lake of the Ozarks. He goes, oh, I love that show, Ozark.
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing like that. We don't have near as much heroin
No.
here, as far as I know. We don't have near, but so not that. But I want people to realize that we're more than just a party place.
Yeah.
There's more to do here than drink and get crazy. It's a playground, yes.
Yeah.
But it's also it's a tight-knit community. It really is. Even though we're spread out, we have all these great communities in the lake area. I think it's just I feel very family-oriented here. And maybe that's just because of the people I deal with on a daily basis, how friendly and giving people are, and how, really nice and welcoming, Midwestern-y we are. So I want people to think of that when coming to the lake.
We do walk a really fine line here between being a resort town and being a family.
We do.
Like community of people.
Yeah.
So it is cool to see like newer places come in here and look at like how excited people can get to like experience something new, but at the same time keep the lake the lake.
Yeah. And I love and I kind of have the best of both worlds because I live in a community. Mm-hmm. I live in Eldon, and we live in a neighborhood, which I love. But like 4 years ago, we bought a lake house. And so I never really understood or really thought about living on the lake.
Yeah.
I've always admired people that did that, but I never really thought, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But boy, it has changed our lives having this place in Camdenton.
Yeah.
Over where we have a house off the Big Niangua, right across from Hawatonka.
Nice.
And just go there for the weekend or whatever. I can totally get that whole lake life feeling, even though I've been on the lake for years in my job or whatever, seeing people boating and kayaking and it being right out my back door, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I also love the little bedroom communities and stuff that we have in our area and the tight-knit feeling of that.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is I get to see both worlds here.
When I was a kid, I spent summers out of Missouri. I was in New Hampshire with my grandparents or in Texas with my grandma. And so I never got to experience summer here as a kid until I was in my late 20s, early 30s. And then I was like, oh, okay, I understand now why everybody likes it so much here. But, it's a whole different world.
And you're in the real estate business, so you get to go into all these wonderful homes.
Oh, yeah.
And see how, quote unquote, the other half live, whatever. But it's really, I totally get it. I was like, I'll never buy a boat. And I bought a boat. I totally get why people have boats. And I totally get why people have all these fun stuff. It's just, God, it's just so nice.
Yeah. So real quick, before we end this segment, I just would like to, thank you for sharing some time here with me. And then also, if you could one more time run through where people can get in touch with you at Wonderland Camp and how they can reach out.
That'd be great. So we're hiring now. Go to wonderlandcamp.org and you can simply click on work at camp. There's many positions. We hire 15-year-olds on up. But we really need people to work at camp during our busiest camp season, which is May into August. We'll have you back to college in time. We're very flexible with your college schedule. We have Wi-Fi throughout camp, so a lot of our counselors will do their college work and their summer work at camp, which is great. But we really need those people. So go to wonderlandcamp.org and apply now. If you do it before February 15th, you get a $100 sign-in bonus. We do run a background check. And, because obviously you're working with people with disabilities. Well, we need fun, responsible, loving people to come work for us. And then watch out for our fundraisers on Facebook, Official Wonderland Camp on Facebook. We're on Instagram, X, TikTok. We have a YouTube page, but Facebook, Official Wonderland Camp on Facebook is the best way to keep up with everything that's going on. We're in a growth spurt right now. We just had a big remodel of Miller Hall, our signature dining hall. We were able to raise $1.1 million a year or so ago, completely remodel that. We're completely renovating our welcome center in the front of the camp.
Awesome.
We have plans to renovate our BB gun range. We have BB gun range and our archery range. We have an archery range at camp, plus a huge playground. So we're doing that. And then hopefully within the next year or so, we're going to be renovating our aquatic center. We have a very large in-ground pool at camp and a splash pad. And that will be on the docket as well.
Awesome.
So
that's so cool.
Yeah, so it'll be great. So I'll need you to sell a $6 million house
yes.
this year so you can donate part of the proceeds to Wonderland Camp. Because I know you're a very charitable person.
Well, if today's conversation resonated with you guys in any way, definitely please look at the show notes to see where and how you can get involved with Wonderland Camp. Thank you so much for taking time to come and talk to us about it.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And I cannot wait for this season to start and start seeing some of those pictures you guys put on Facebook from all of the events that you guys do.
We've been posting them already. We cannot wait for our first camp is in February, and our last camp will be in December. So we are very busy. But thanks very
so
much. This
has
just been great.
I appreciate your time, and make sure you guys stick around for the next segment of the show. So thanks for coming. Awesome. I wanted to take a quick second and talk about the RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks Charitable Foundation. What I love about working at the lake isn't just the homes, it's the people. And one of the things I'm genuinely proud of is how much this community shows up when it matters. The RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks Charitable Foundation exists for one simple reason: to support local people, local families, and local organizations when they need help the most. This foundation focuses on giving back right here at the Lake of the Ozarks. That means supporting children's programs, families facing medical hardship, community nonprofits, and organizations that are doing real, hands-on work to make life better for our neighbors. What makes a difference is that it isn't just some distant, faceless charity. The funds raised stay local, the needs are local, and the impact is local. Throughout the year, RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks agents, staff, and their partners raise money through events, fundraisers, and community initiatives. Each transaction that RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks is a part of, the agent donates a portion of their proceeds to the foundation. Every dollar is intended to go back into the Lake of the Ozarks area to help people who are already part of our community. It's one of those things that reminds you why real estate is more about transactions. It's homes where people's lives happen. And when life gets hard, it matters that there are organizations willing to step in and help. Whether it's supporting kids, helping families through unexpected challenges, or backing nonprofits that serve critical needs, this foundation plays a quiet but powerful role behind the scenes. If you ever wonder whether businesses truly give back to the communities they work in, this is one of those moments where the answer is yes. And for me personally, it's a privilege to be a part of the team that doesn't just sell homes at Lake of the Ozarks, but actively invests in other people who live here. If you want more information, you can find them on the RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks Charitable Foundation Facebook page, or you can call directly and speak to someone about how your 501c3 can apply for a grant at 573-302-2300. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Lake Life Lowdown. I am Christina Segreti, and I am here with my co-host,
Melissa Collins.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview and stick around for next month's episode. We're very excited to talk about it. And as always, stay anchored, friends.